I'm Kayla Hall, and I did this trek in 1997, the maiden voyage, and it was their first go-around, and it is quite different. But one thing I've noticed with these youth is their incredible attitudes. They've shocked me. Me and my husband are now paused, and we were a little worried about keeping the youth happy, especially with the weather. And that's them, you can hear them. The first rule that they came up with was positive attitude. And I can say that when I was 14 and I did this, they had to edit me out of the video every time the camera saw me. I did not have the best attitude, but these kids have amazed me. And this trek has not been easy by any means because of the weather, but you wouldn't know it by looking at them or talking to them, and they are incredible. I'm really proud of them.
Get out and leave!
We're trying to make the wagon. We're not really doing it right. We can't really figure it out.
We're trying to build a handcart, but it's not fitting together, so trying to hammer it together.
I was one of the morning mothers, and we went and gave the babies to the kids, and we explained that our family had died from cholera and that we were going to not be able to make it because we were sick, and so we went and asked them to take the babies with them to Zion, and they couldn't put them down.
Because her mother's family died. Got a ring!
So we're taking care of him. We're taking him to Zion. The guys wanted to play. They're putting it all together, and we got our food, and there's like nothing in there.
Yea, and how is it that ye have forgotten that the Lord is able to do all things according to his will for the children of men, if it so be that they exercise faith in him? Wherefore, let us be faithful to him. And if it so be that we are faithful to him, we shall obtain the land of promise, and ye shall know at some future period that the word of the Lord shall be fulfilled concerning the destruction of Jerusalem. For all things which the Lord hath spoken concerning the destruction of Jerusalem shall be fulfilled. We need to serve others. We need to have faith. We need to endure to the end.
The weather's been cold and rainy and muddy.
It's really rainy and cold, and I can't feel my feet.
We just finished lunch. We're now prepared to continue the journey. Not that much lunch.
I'm like a ninja.
Good afternoon. I need you guys to stop here for a second. Welcome to Sweetwater Crossing. On November 1st, the Martin Handcart Company came up to Sweetwater Crossing. When they got to the river, there were chunks of ice floating across it. And most of the saints looked at it and just wept. There were grown men that were afraid to come across here because they remembered a bunch of death, and seeing this river brought those memories back to them. There were 3 young men that were part of the rescue group. It took about 500 souls, just shy of that, and made about 100 trips each, carrying them across the river.
I got carried across the Sweetwater River, and I was the injured person, so it definitely made it a little difficult for my 2 people carrying me, but they did a good job. You know, they were struggling a little bit, said I was worse than the wagon at one point, but they did get me across, and that's what mattered.
Brigham Young heard about the heroic effort these young men made, making several trips across these freezing water several times. He wept at that. He was admiring their great heroic act. And he said publicly, if these 3 young men, due to their act, were guaranteed a spot in celestial glory because of that heroic act that they did.
This is hot chocolate and oatmeal and a little bit of brown sugar.
What I look forward to today is the women having to push the carts, and we just had to follow along.
I think the best part about yesterday is probably the spiritual experience with the fireside and the songs and music that the group sang that were really good and really helped feel the spirit. And then, what was the worst part?
The worst part was when Landry went face first, or head first in the mud.
Probably the worst part.
But it was funny.
Choice is yours, and I'd give those to Paul and let you guys decide individually.
We are now at Scotts Bluff, Nebraska, and the significance of this part of the trek, as you know, as the pioneers left Nauvoo and as they started to travel, they confronted many problems along the way. But one of the problems that they confronted that was horrible was disease. And disease is something that they arrived in Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. The disease was so horrible. Unfortunately, many died. And so sadly today, we're here to let you know that your babies have died of cholera.
We are the angels of death, so when they pass through Scotts Bluff, they're told that their babies have gotten cholera and not made it. And so we come and take the name tag off their baby and the blanket off their baby and give those things back to them to keep. And we take the baby and wrap it in a white blanket and carry the baby away.
We know that our Father in heaven loves us, that things will happen. Many times it's not in our control, but we need to have the faith that we can carry on and that we can, in this mortal existence, we would be blessed enough to live in such a way that as a family we would be able to be reunited together forever.
Y'all hold up right here. Get the rest of your group here with you. Who's in charge of this group?
We're stopped at a bridge or a river or something that we definitely can't cross by ourselves.
I'd like to welcome you to Murphy Land. My name is Octavius Murphy. You've been on my land for the last couple of days.
Normally I don't let people cross my land, but normally I don't get a lot of visitors. And this here is Captain Octavius Murphy's property, and this is my bridge. And my job is to keep the Mormons from crossing my bridge. I don't want them on my property.
We're about to beat up Brother Minor so we can cross the bridge. Yeah.
I was just curious who y'all were, where y'all going?
Mormons. We're Mormons and we're going to Utah.
Mormons. In that case, y'all are trespassing on Murphy property.
We're not Mormons.
I will not have Mormons on my property. If we don't have at least 30 apples out of this group, y'all can turn around, head back that way a little ways until you get off Murphy property. There's another trail. 30. 30 apples out of this group.
We have to get apples so we can cross the bridge on this guy's property.
What we got here? How many apples we got? Say owed it?
Owed?
It doesn't say owned, it says owed. My family owed this.
Like forever.
Forever.
We want our apples back. You're forgetting to eat.
Forever.
Illiterate.
Forever.
We need an apple back for that missing E.
Put those apples back, young man. You're about to lose your
Every
hand.
grammatical error on that sign.
You don't take apples from a fat man?
How about every grammatical error we find on that sign guarantees us an apple? Because you forgot an I, an E, another E.
There is no I in
team.
team.
Dash is a lot.
There's no I in team.
But there's a me. There's a me.
32. All right, you need 32 more apples. Bring them up.
There's a lot of us and only one of you, sir. You don't have that many bullets.
Oh, I do. That's 11. I got 11. How many more you got?
They are counting up all the apples to see if we have 60 to go across the bridge.
We're giving you those apples and her.
Oh, she can stay with my apple pie? Oh, I like those little pigtails too.
I'll make your apple pie
We got a deal.
if you share the pie.
All right, we got a deal. She can stay with me.
with you too?
No.
I'm a good husband.
Y'all go down. Go with Cletus Murphy down there. He'll take you across in his barge for this many apples.
I, Captain James Allen, on behalf of Colonel Stephen W. Kearney, Commander.
My job as captain of the U.S. Army apparently is to, at this stage, is to enlist the 500 men 14 and older.
With the approval of Brigham Young, hereby seek 500 volunteers for immediate enlistment into the United States Army. All those so willing to enlist will quietly follow behind your handcarts, no more than 7 feet.
The path that we were just on was really tiny, so it was kind of hard to like maneuver. But the girls did a really good job of getting through the trail and persevering through it. So.
It was good because we didn't have to push anything, but I don't know. It was kind of they struggled a little more without us, so you kind of wanted to help them, but you didn't because we weren't supposed to.
these super deep mud puddles we had to go through that like literally almost went up to our waist sometimes, and we just got soaking wet.
It was so fun, so fun. Lots of mud. It was great. Lots of mud. I pretty much threw away my apron.
And we were falling into holes, and like I'm soaked all the way up to my waist, literally.
This is my battle scar. It's important. I'm gonna carry this forever in memory of my suffering.
Clouds roll above us, the mighty stars shine down, the rainstorms give life to the ground. Everywhere we look, we see His hand, our all-knowing Father has blessed us with His plan. Remember the journey, remember this time. You are being tested, you are being tried. Remember your promise, remember with every breath, with every step, walk faithfully. Remember the journey. Remember this time. You are being tested. You are being tried. Remember your promise. Remember your design. With every breath, with every step, walk faithfully. Remember the journey. Remember this time. You are being tested. You are being tried. Remember your promise, remember your design. With every breath, with every step, walk faithfully.
From a medical perspective, the trek was actually quite a success. Nobody died.
It went really, really well, and the twist that we had this time was that we started out in the rain.
Kids were great. They were all pulling right through the thick of it. I think the mom and pa's were terrific, heading them up. Had some good reenactments that represent what the true trek was really like, and good chance for us to do ours so that we can try to understand in some small part what theirs was really like.
Trek was good.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Whoa, too strong.
I pushed her in when I was trying to help her, and then she, I don't know, she threw me in.
The cart went over me, and then it like went over my leg, and then they were like, stop! And then they stopped, and then I had to crawl out.
Well, you guys have a baby.
We have a baby? I don't think that's possible. We're not together.
Holy cow.
This is what our shakedown looks like.
Something to eat. I'm ready to eat.
I'm not here.
Okay.
Okay, so we got to the big mud hole, and the cameraman made us go from the mud hole. You can start it, I'm just kidding.
He'll just edit it.
Trek 2013, it'll change your life.